What is Bitcoin?
Oh gosh, it's a online currency.
Is it like a trading market?
What is Bitcoin?
I have absolutely no idea. It's not something I would buy.
Apparently a lot of people are talking about it, that it'll make money, but I don't believe it. Probably all scams.
Don't think many people know about Bitcoin.
I don't think many people care, do they?
I mean, they've heard of it, but they don't know about it.
Yeah, I love Bitcoin. It's fantastic and it's going to change and save the world.
Bitcoin is the future of money.
Any of you ever bought Bitcoin?
No.
Are you interested in it at all? Like, any thoughts on why people might buy it?
I think it's new. You'll find that exciting.
What is Bitcoin?
It's a cryptocurrency.
Nice.
Decentralized, and it can't be copied. It's the future.
Do you know what the price of one Bitcoin is today?
No.
Not at all, no.
Is it like 60,000 or something like that?
It's about £30,000, about $40,000. Have you ever bought any? Have you ever owned any?
No, but when we were at a party in 2009 when he was born, there was loads of South African guys there from the rugby club back at the time, and we were involved and we were talking about stuff, and you could get a Bitcoin for £5.
I was going to say that's really early days. Okay, £5, and what's the price now?
Last time I looked, I think it was 42 grand.
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it, for one Bitcoin?
That's incredible, and I kick myself every day for not listening to them guys.
Online currency, that's basically all I know about it.
Yeah, pretty much same. Online currency, you mine for it. We're not.
Yeah, have you ever bought any at all? Either of you?
No.
Neither of you bought any. Do you think it could be going up from here, down from here? Any ideas about that? Any thoughts about that?
No idea, because I keep seeing stuff online and you keep seeing stuff, and it almost seems to be one of those things now where if everybody can be convinced to keep doing it, then surely it's going to grow. It's like one of them old school pyramid schemes. The more and more people we get into it, the more and more it's going to go.
Sure, it's like adoption, isn't it? Like the more people that adopt it as a savings account, as a currency that they choose to save in.
Stronger.
Exactly. And the special thing about Bitcoin is there's only 21 million, right? So like it's a scarce supply, isn't it?
Yes.
So what do you think the chances are of Bitcoin going to several £1 million per coin in the next 5 years? Does that just feel too much?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you think? It's almost too much and too scary.
Yeah.
But
it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Is it a good thing, a bad thing?
Can't see why it'd be a bad thing. I see a lot of stick of it online, but people are going to get behind it, and it's going to. Enough people looks like are behind it now, so it doesn't look like it's going to be sort of dropping out anytime soon. So I can't see why it'd be a bad thing.
I just see it is as long as enough people get behind it, and the risk of it is eliminated somehow, and people recognise it as a currency moving forward, other than just the latest fad, because it can only be a good thing.
What is Bitcoin?
I have absolutely no idea.
None?
Not really, no.
Okay, have you heard of it in the news?
Isn't it the digital currency on the internet?
Exactly, yeah. Have you heard good things generally or bad things? Have you got a positive or negative view, or just kind of neutral?
Apparently a lot of people are talking about it, that it'll make money, but I don't believe it. Probably all scams.
Okay, probably all scams, yeah, because it seems too good to be true, right? That people can buy something for like £1 and then sell it for thousands. Are you here supporting Bedford today?
Yeah, we are, Bedford, yeah.
Okay, and you know the owner, Peter McCormack?
I don't know.
You don't? He's recently acquired the club, hasn't he? He's quite into Bitcoin. Did you know that?
Only through my son, because my son's one of the players.
What would it take for you to actually buy some yourself?
A lot more research into it. It's not something I'd rule out. It's just nothing that I've really looked into enough to warrant looking far enough into to buy anything yet. So.
Are you here supporting Bedford today?
I am, yeah.
And you know the owner, Peter McCormack?
Yep.
Yeah, he's quite into Bitcoin. Have you ever listened to any of his podcasts or anything like that?
Not yet, no, but to be honest, that's the reason we're here, looking to get behind our local team again.
So what do you think the chances of Bitcoin going to like several £1 million per coin are in the next few years?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. What do you think the chances of Bitcoin going to several £1 million per coin in the next, say, 5 years are?
Wouldn't surprise me.
You better get some then, hey?
I probably should, yeah, I probably should. Wouldn't surprise me. It's just going to grow and grow and grow, isn't it? So.
What is Bitcoin?
It's a method of trading that I think is a bit risky.
Okay, so you've heard about it. Have you ever bought any?
No, I haven't.
Okay, have you seen it in the news?
Yes.
Have you seen good things, bad things, neutral?
Both. A lot of good and a lot of bad, really.
Okay, so what's your kind of view of it, do you think, overall, if you had to say positive or negative?
It's not something I would buy.
Why is that?
Because it's too risky, I think. From what I've
Okay.
heard, though, you don't. It's no guaranteed, is it? It's not guaranteed. The investment.
No, your investment's definitely not guaranteed. The price goes up and down a lot, doesn't it? So it's very volatile. So I think a lot of people think that because it's volatile, it's risky. But that doesn't necessarily follow that something that's volatile is risky. What is Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is the future of money.
Ah, this guy's on board.
Decentralized currency with no central entity that can manipulate and corrupt the money system as the current one does.
I like where you said it. I don't think you need any educating, to be honest. I've talked to a few people here. They've got no idea about Bitcoin. They like a few people say it's a scam. I wouldn't touch it. It's too risky. Why do you think so many people are so misinformed and kind of behind the curve on it? Why do you think that is?
I think quick plug, they have not seen Peter's What the Bitcoin podcast, but now in truth I think a lot of people know what money is in terms of use, but they don't actually know what the core thesis of what it actually does. And I think if people started learning that, they start realizing instantly that fiat money is broken.
Have you ever bought any? Have you ever been interested in buying some?
Yes, I'm a hodler.
Hodler, okay, great. And what do you think of Peter McCormack's podcast and his buying of Bedford City Football Club?
I think it's definitely a positive thing for the local area, and yeah, big fan of these podcast things. Great educational content on there, so yeah, recommend it to everyone.
What price is Bitcoin going to in the next 5 years?
100,000 minimum.
Yeah, what about millions?
Oh, probably eventually as well.
Yeah, do you agree?
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
The phrase that I really got from this community is don't trust, verify. And that is something that I think is really special. So I just thought I'd come here and see this from the ground up, because this is like Satoshi's paper in 2008. So we're starting early and we'll finish 10 years from now, you know?
It's like another currency.
Yeah, it is basically another currency. Yeah, do you know what makes it different from currencies we use?
Is it like a trade-in market? I don't know exactly, but...
It's kind of like, you know how we have the pound in the UK and the dollar in America and the euro in Europe? Bitcoin is kind of global and decentralized, so it's quite different in that sense.
Okay.
Have you heard about it in the news at all?
Yep.
Have you seen good things, bad things, positive, negative generally?
Just that it's a bit of a gamble. That's all I sort of know.
Okay, because the price goes up and down a lot. Okay. Would you ever buy any? Have you ever bought any?
I want to. My brother's mine. They've got mining machines.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they've tried to convince me to get into it.
So they're quite into it then.
Yeah.
The idea of the treasure chest that Peter's got lined up with the Treasury, and that in future, and just learning about time preference and stuff like that is just, and how football clubs are run now in debt and stuff with Man United. It's just a great example and hopefully a blueprint for the future.
Thoughts what is Bitcoin? What's your impression of it?
Bitcoin is cash for the internet.
Cash? Yeah, that's okay. Pretty much. Are you interested in it? Have you bought some?
I wrote the first book on it in 2013.
You look familiar, you know.
My name's Dominic Frisby. Yeah, I love Bitcoin. It's fantastic and it's going to change and save the world. Bitcoin fixes everything, even Bedford FC.
And do you know the owner of Bedford Football Club, Peter McCormack? Have you heard of him? Do you know?
Through, my partner said about him, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he's quite into Bitcoin. So, you could listen to some of his podcasts and maybe check him out.
Yeah, definitely.
Go on. Yeah, what's brought you here today?
I was on interviewing Pete on his podcast on Wednesday, and I was being Pete on the podcast, interviewing him about Bedford and getting the story of Bedford. And Pete said, "Did you want to come down on Saturday?" So I said, "Sure, I want to come down." And I've just been in that taxi just behind you, not that taxi, that van just behind you, commentating on the game.
Oh, that was you on the live stream.
Yeah, well, I was the pundit, and Will, 16-year-old making his commentating debut, was the main commentator, and a great job he did.
Where do you see Bedford Football Club in 5 years' time?
5 years' time, obviously 5 divisions higher.
What's the score now? Is it 1-0?
I've just got here, so I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I think we're 1-0 down at the moment, but fingers crossed we'll pull it back.
Trust, yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. I'm here with Peter McCormack himself, owner of Bedford Football Club. I've been chatting to some of the crowd here today about Bitcoin, asking them what it is, do they have any. Some of the crowd did not have any Bitcoin. What's going on?
Don't think many people know about Bitcoin.
I don't think many people know, do they?
I mean, they've heard of it, but they don't know about it. Can you hear my voice has gone?
Yeah, well, you've been screaming on your team.
I wasn't really screaming.
5 divisions higher would be League 4. So there would be a professional club by then rather than semi-amateur or amateur. Nothing wrong with being amateur. Amateur means you do it for the love of it.
You might see me again around here.
You should come
when you're not off in Miami.
Yeah, come again. Well,
thanks, man. No, you're very welcoming. It's great to see you really involving the local community and the online community, because there's a big wide world out there, as you and I know, which are going to see this, by the way. And I've seen the guy following you around with the camera, so I'm glad I'm not the only camera here. No. And I'm looking forward to the movie that's going to come out
over there. We're unlucky, mate.
Bitcoin has a rally. They can buy in some huge name players for the playoffs and get themselves up a division.
Hold the Bitcoin, borrow against it.
Yeah, that's a risky but good strategy. Where do I see Bitcoin in 5 years? You asked me that question. 5 divisions higher. I think, what is it with it? It's like the 8th or 9th largest currency in the world now. So to go up to the equivalent of the League 4, it would have to be the 4th biggest currency in the world. So I guess breathing down the throat of the Japanese yen.
I like that. But I wanted to wish you all the best on behalf of 51% of Bitcoin Twitter for the future for the club.
The important 51%.
Exactly.